Hey everyone, it's Celine here. Alright, so I was very excited to go over this new release that was released today on Print and Cut. What they added was a fill pattern feature and also some slicing features that you can do before this release. So I wanted to do a video on showing you how to use the new features, where to find everything, and just to kind of get you familiar with what this new release does. So let's go ahead and get started. And delete this. Alright, so before you start with Design Space, I would suggest that you clear your history just to try and avoid any glitches. There was a lot of people on Facebook that were saying that they had some problems with the updates. So I would, depending on your browser, wherever you find your history, just go ahead and clear it. Close out your browser, open up the window again, sign into Design Space, and go from there. If you have any issues going forward, try and contact Cricut support at 1-877-727-4288. Alright, so if you look at the screen here, if you notice, let's get rid of this here. If you notice on the layers panel, this color has changed. It's a dark gray color. But other than that, there's really not too much on this screen that's going to give you an indication that there's been an update. Kind of looks the same until you go into Upload Images. Upload Images has changed. Before, if you remember, it had when you were going to upload an image, when you were going to use JPEG, PNG, you would use this side here, and before it said Basic Upload. Now if you look at it, it says that your images are going to be JPEG, GIF, PNG, BMP, and SVG. So you're going to use all those uploads using this option here. Now the one to the right is a pattern fill, and this is where you're going to upload patterns to fill text, to fill images, and so on and so forth. So I'll show you how to use both of those. And that's basically what's new. If you go into Insert Images using Cricut cartridge images, that I don't think anything has changed here that I've seen so far. Insert Shapes is still the same, Add Text is the same, Set Canvas is the same. So it's just basically upload images. But I'm going to show you, once you upload your image or your patterns, where to go from there. So if you go into Upload Image and you browse your files to see what you want to upload, I'm going to choose a file. And you're going to use the same thing, simple, moderate, complex. So this image, we're going to print it. So let's choose complex and continue to the next step. Now with this image, I'm going to zoom in. I do have a background. I need to see the black and white checkered background behind the image so that I know that it's going to cut out. If I left it just as is and I continue to the next step, this has changed. So before, when you wanted to save an image to print, there was over here to the right above the back and save buttons, it said, it had a check mark whether you wanted to check it to save as a print image or uncheck it to save as a cut file. That's gone away, and now it's here. So whether I want to save it as a print and cut image, I would select this side. If I wanted to save it as a cut image, I would select this side. Now if you look at this, it's just a square or a rectangle. That's not what I wanted. I wanted her to cut out around the shape of her entire silhouette. So I did not do something right. So I'm going to go back. I'm I'm going to go up here, and just as it was before, here are your three options to edit this image. You can either crop it, which I really don't have much to crop, so I don't need that. I have the select and erase tool, or as you may call it, a magic wand. And then I also have the eraser tool. So for this, I want to use a select and erase, because I'm just going to click on the white color around her, and there's that blue and white checkered box pattern behind her. So I know that there's nothing else around her except for down here at the very bottom. There's little, might be words or something that I need to get rid of. So I just chose my eraser tool, and I'm going to just click on that and get rid of that. And you can click on preview just so that you can see if there's anything else that needs to be deleted. And it looks to me like everything is fine. So we're going to go ahead and continue to the next step. Now you can see that it's no longer a rectangle, it's the silhouette of her body. So either if I want to use this image just to cut around her using cardstock, or I want to click on this one to save as a print and cut, I can do that. So let's go ahead and do that. And there she is right there. So let's go ahead and insert here into our mat. Alright, so let's say that we wanted to slice right at her waist. Let's say I don't need her whole body, I just need right about her waist. Now, before the update, if I took an image or a shape and I sliced onto a printable image, it would completely change her. As far as the details go, it would turn all gray. So at that time it wasn't available. Once you sliced a printable image, it changed to just a cut image and there was no detail to it. Now if you select the two and slice, you're going to notice that not only is it going to slice the bottom portion, it kept the details of her, and it also kept it kind of like it duplicates it, but it uses that same. Before it would have just been this piece and this piece, but now it keeps this piece. So now she's sliced, but she's still there. Her features are still there. Everything's there. So that's pretty cool. Let's get rid of these. Alright, now let's see. Another example that I wanted to show is, let's insert another image. Okay, let's insert this Superman here. Let's insert a circle, and let's just slice the circle in the middle of his face. Let's say that we wanted to use a picture of a child or something right there in the middle. We're going to choose the two and slice it. And now I can remove that. Now let's say, okay, well now let's put that child's face in there. Let's go ahead and upload an image by doing, you can either do fill pattern or you can upload the image and then slice it out. So let's choose a picture. Let's use this one here. Let's just continue without doing anything different. I'm going to keep it as print and cut. Okay, and I'm just going to slice this out. And I remembered that this circle in the middle of this character is 1.4 inches. So I'm just going to slice this, and then I'm going to make it back to 1.4 so that it can fit in the middle. Okay, did I see that wrong? I guess I did that wrong. It wasn't 1.4. Alright, so we'll just try and fit that back in there. That didn't fit. But you kind of get the point on how you can do that. Just some really neat features that they've added. Okay, now let's do a fill pattern, and we'll do that using a shape. We'll also do it using a Cricut image. And we'll ungroup these. Okay, so I have an image that I've already uploaded using pattern upload or the pattern fill, but I'm just going to go through the steps so that you can see what to do. So I've chosen pattern fill. I'm going to browse for my image. Okay, let's just choose this ice cream cone here. It's not necessarily a pattern, but you can make it a pattern. So you can change the name, you can choose the theme, you can choose the style and the color. I'm just going to choose pink for now. And it tells you that your pattern upload can be found under the print option in your layers panel. You're not going to see it here down below. This one here I did upload as a pattern, but I also uploaded it as an image. So that's why it's there, but I'm also going to use that as an example. So let's go ahead and insert that one there. And then let's try to find the this one here that I uploaded as a pattern fill, and also that ice cream cone. So I have my image selected. I'm going to go up to my layers panel, and it's right here. So I'm going to select it here, and I'm going to go over to print. And when I clicked on print, now you see that there's a patterns option. I'm going to click on that. You're going to see all the patterns that are given to you through Design Space Images, and whether you have the subscription or not, you can either pay per image, or if you have the subscription, there's also images or patterns in the subscription. So here is the one that I uploaded. So if I use that as a pattern fill, if you look down here below, you have collections. This is how to kind of sort through these patterns. There's all different options that you can use to sort through them. You can use filter, and you can choose My Patterns, Uploaded Ones, Subscription, Purchased, Colors, different ways to look for it that way. You can go over to Edit. And Edit, right now it's zoomed at 100%, but if I wanted it to be like a pattern fill, what I would do is I'd set it to like 40%, or even less than that, but you can see there's a pattern fill, so now there's that one ice cream cone that I uploaded is now a pattern. So it's just repetitive. So you can do that. Let's go over here and let's do the same thing. Go to Print, Patterns, and this is the other one that I used as a pattern fill. Let's change this to black, and I can layer this. So it's a nice little pattern there. Just like that. I also uploaded it as an image in case I wanted to slice something out of it. Oh, you know what, before I do that, let's go back to this one here. I wanted to show you that under Edit, other than scaling it up or down, using the arrows, or you can type it in, you also have this slider here that you can do this and kind of mess with the size that way. You can also move the pattern up or down, right or left, to get the right placement that you want. You can also rotate it, and you can mirror and flip it. So those are the other options. And then restore is going to get it back to the way it was when you first uploaded it, and it also changes it back to a cut image. So let's just undo that. But I wanted to show you, let's put that back there, an image that you've uploaded, like I said, can now be sliced. Just wanted to do, you know, a slice with a shape. So in case you didn't want to do a pattern fill, you can also do it this way. But just know that once you slice it, there's really no option for you to scoot the image over, rotate it, or anything like that. It's kind of a done deal once you slice it. But there's another option. Okay, and I also wanted to show you that you can do pattern fills on text. So I'm going to insert a text line. And I'm going to make this really big so that you can get a really good look at it. Okay, let's go over to the layer. Go to Print, Patterns, and when you're doing a pattern fill on text, it's going to tell you that just to make sure, you can read it right here, just to make sure that you have everything edited the way you want it, because on text, when you do a pattern fill and you go ahead and click continue, it's going to change this image to, or this text line into an image. So if you wanted to change it as far as the spelling, or change the font, it's pretty much, you can't change it unless you just start over. So let's go ahead and continue. When I do that, it's going to say converting to image, and then you can go to your patterns and you can edit that down. You want it, it's kind of hard to read with the text that I have, but I wanted to show you a really cute pattern. Let's see, go back to collections, and let's choose this Elmo one. Okay, so it's back at 100%. Isn't that so cute? That would look really pretty cut out and put onto a banner. I think that's really neat. Okay, let's insert an image that I uploaded. It is a monogram. This one here. And let's go ahead and do a pattern fill on this one. Let's say you wanted to use like a printable vinyl. And let's go up to the layer, change it to print, patterns. And I saw a really pretty one here. It was like a teal and pink. This one here, floral. That's really pretty. Then if you had that layered on top of a shadow layer, if you've seen my video on Inkscape, I show you how to create a shadow layer for a monogram. And you can layer that. That would look really pretty. Trying to think if there's any other updates. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but as I'm clicking on each image, if you look over to my layers panel, you can see that it automatically scrolls to whatever image I'm working with. So no more like scrolling up and down, searching through all your images to find that layer. It just automatically brings it up to the top. And I think that's really neat, very helpful. Another thing too is this icon here on the layer attributes. When you click on that, it's going to show you the image that you're using and also the font name. If you're using a font that is a Cricut font, even after you've sliced it or welded it, it's still going to recognize which font you used. And that's only for Cricut fonts. I'm not too sure if they'll ever update that for system fonts, but it's still really helpful with Cricut fonts. Just trying to see what it says here. So I clicked on the information and it showed me the image that I'm using is paw print, and it's from the cartridge when I was a kid, and it tells me that I'm subscribed to that cartridge. So, you know, it's just a nice feature that shows you some information on the image that you're working on. But it's basically going to be on images that are Cricut images. So you can see on this one, I don't really have any information on that. Let's try this one here. Okay, so this one is telling me that the image I had is the uploaded image of Annie, and it tells me square because I use the square to slice the bottom portion of the image. So it just really depends on what information it gives, but I think that that's really helpful. Alright, so I think I've gone over all of the updates to the new Design Space release. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. You can also reach me on Facebook and see if I can help you out that way. This is a Design Space print and cut release, so there are more features and updates to come. Unfortunately, the larger printable area did not make this release, but it is to be added eventually. So that'll be nice to be able to print and cut larger images. Alright, I hope you give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. Subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for some more upcoming videos on Design Space and Inkscape. And I hope to see you in the next video.